Well, this is the very first video on YouTube where I've chosen to film myself while I'm talking to you, the YouTubers, to the camera, and this is a little different for me. All the videos that I've ever filmed in the past, I filmed other things that were around me, or filmed myself while I was in action doing something, but I never actually spoke to the camera. So this is a little bit different than what I'm used to. Considering that I actually host a radio program where I have something like 30,000 people listening to me at any given time, this is actually a little bit harder, maybe because people are looking at me, and it's just different. But anyway, today is the quest for the elusive Labatt beer. Labatt is a Canadian beer. I'm sure all you Canadians or people who live up north would know what it is. But unfortunately here in the South, some things are just a little harder to find. There's a certain lack of culture, I guess you could say. Even though Pensacola, Florida, where we're at here, has been part of 5 different countries. I don't know of any other city that can say that, but Pensacola, Florida has belonged to 5 different countries. And while our history is rich in culture, our current population, I guess the people who live here, have been here forever, and really they're just Southerners, and no offense to them, their culture is just what they made of it, and outside people like me are a little bit different, and a little bit weird and unusual, but that's okay. I have no trouble with that. So to all you Southerners out there, I love some grits, I want some fried chicken, and I'm going to eat all the okra that you guys can make because you got some good stuff down here, so don't get me wrong. Anyways, off to the video. Have fun. Alright, check it out. We're in the mood for a beer tonight, same as just about any other guy. I like to have a beer now and then. My friend on YouTube, Grout01, I believe that's how he says it, Grout01, how you doing? He recommended, or at least mentioned to me, that I should try a Labatt beer. I think I said Labatt, maybe it's Labatt, something along the lines of that. But we're going to have a look for them this evening. We're here in northwest Florida, Pensacola, to be specific, and we're going to see if we can find some Canadian beer. I guess it's foreign imported and fancy stuff, so we'll see what we can find today. Anyways, we'll be headed out. Alright, we made it. We're here. It's a grocery store. To people that live in the South, it's also known as Winn-Dixie. There you go. Have a good look at that. Hey. They usually have a pretty good beer selection in here, so we're going to have a look and see if we can find the elusive Labatt. Well, here we are. I'm seeing all kinds of different American beers over here. All types of different stuff. A lot of Bud, a lot of Busch, Coors, Miller. Again, down towards this end, you find some stuff that's a little more exotic. And by exotic, I mean something that doesn't taste just like water. We got Shock Top. Over here, we got some imported, little Heineken, some Guinness. But I'm not seeing any Labatt. We're going to have to go have a look at the International Food Store. And off to the health food store we go. Alright, don't mind my helmet head, but we're here at the Four Winds International Food Market. They've got all different kinds of international beers and domestic beers all over the store. There's all types of different health foods and stuff, and it's a really nice place. So let's see if we can find some Labatt. In we go. Well, unfortunately, we still haven't found a Labatt. I would have taken the camera out inside, but the place was kind of busy, and I might have been a little disrespectful because this is a little mom-and-pop shop. It's not like a Winn-Dixie where I don't really care if I have the camera out. What are they going to do? Throw me out? I mean, come on. The guys in here are always very nice, though. Four Winds International Food Market right here in Pensacola, Florida. Well, I was told maybe check another grocery store. There's a possibility that we might find some Labatt. Well, if you can't find what you're looking for, there's one place you always will. Walmart. Yep, we're at Walmart now. we're going to have a look inside and see if we can find some Labatt. Well, still no Labatt. The only thing Canadian I'm seeing is good old Moosehead. And I think we're going to take some of that home today because that's as Canadian as we're going to get. And Molson right next to it. I didn't even notice that. Oops. So we're going to have a little culture experience. Sadly no Labatt, but we got us some Moosehead. So we're going to have a little Canadian experience as soon as we get home, but now comes the fun part. How do you carry a six-pack when you're riding home a motorcycle? Probably about a good 15-20 miles, but we'll find a way. We'll find a way. Well, we traveled about 40 miles on the SV today looking for the elusive Labatt, and unfortunately we haven't found it, but hopefully we will next time. Meanwhile, we found a little piece of Canadian culture here. It's the next closest thing that we've got, and I might get teased for it by some of our Canadian friends, but we have down here in this particular bag, well, look, it's the Moosehead. Oh boy, we're going to have some fun with that tonight. Check that out. Cool. Well, as was determined, we managed to find some Canadian beer. It's a Moosehead. That's the next closest thing I can find to a Labatt. We had a couple of experiences at the Winn-Dixie. I found absolutely nothing but like Bud Light, Miller Lite, and a few other things very similar to it. And I really wasn't too impressed with some of their selection. They did have some Indian stuff and a few other things that I hadn't tried before, so maybe I'd give it a shot. The International Food Store had always lots of European stuff, a little bit of Asian things, and a few things from like the New York area, some Coney Island beers and some other stuff I hadn't thought of before. But they were very familiar with what Labatt was, but he told me, why don't you just go to a regular grocery store? So I said, okay, we'll go to a regular grocery store. We wound up at Walmart, as you saw, and they had practically nothing. They had some Molson, which one of my Canadian friends says if I drink that, it's like the Bud Light of Canada. And I don't know, that didn't sound too appealing. But I have known people here in the South that considered Moosehead something wonderful, and you Canadians might say that that it's something good, or maybe it's something that you like, but I really don't have too much of an opinion. It's alright. Frankly, I'd rather have a Blue Moon, but that's just me. But check it out. If I cover the label like this, it can be whatever I call it. And if I drink about 6 of them, then it'll be anything that I call it for sure. So we'll see how many of those I have, and then I'll call them PP.